guys, and he made it look easy that time.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Now here's Noah. An 11-point game for him in the win against New York.
And he also was a table setter in that game, Kevin. Just an amazing job with his passing. Just a joy to watch that.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Here's Irving. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Irving's got his second bucket tonight.
And with the skill set that Powell has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Butler on the wing. Back to Brooks. Bulls moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Shots good by Gibson.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Cavaliers have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Irving kicks to James. There's 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Thompson passes to Mozgov. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And it's Butler missing. The Cavaliers leading by 4 to the paint. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season as returned to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging-type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Chicago making a switch here. Snell's checked in, and the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra. Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Now here's Gibson. He dishes it to Brooks. Nailed from three-point land. Brooks has got his first 3 points of the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Jefferson dishes to Shumpert. Back to Jefferson. Got it up. And that's not going to go. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, I think it's been noticeable just because this has been my decision, too.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. Clearly gave it a lot of thought. It's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates, Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose and Snell teaming up in the backcourt, and it's Dunleavy in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Jefferson. For three, Dunleavy. The shot no good. And Cleveland will come the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Rose against Irving. And again, Chicago, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Williams kicks to Shumpert. Dishes to Love. Easy jumper from very short distance. Love's got 6 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Shumpert passes to Irving. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Gasol can't get that one to fall.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Williams gets the bucket.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Gibson with the screen on Irving. Back to Butler. Will it go? Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Butler's got his first points in this one.
A splendid pass that time by Rose. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Varejao. James comes in for Shumpert. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Mo Williams. No good from LeBron.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Bulls trail by 7. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much Greg a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Here's Smith. Here's Love. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
They've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots. I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Irving drives in, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
So for the Bulls, Noah comes in for Dunleavy, and it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Thompson's checked in.